Hello, everyone again. It's glad to see you here on our masterclass. My name is Konstantin Mulyarchik. I'm an associate professor from Belarusian State University. I've been teaching for around 10 years. This is my 11th year that I'm teaching. When teaching, I like to do many experiments with students, with learning methods, learning techniques, teaching techniques, and so on and so forth. Last year was very fruitful for experiments due to COVID pandemic and necessity to move the education online. So there was plenty of ways to make experiments on how to teach best in online. Last year I tried different new techniques, and today during the masterclass I'm going to present you these techniques, these ways in also interactive manner. I have prepared for you also things to play with right on the masterclass. Alongside, I will be showing them to you as well. But we will start with a little discussion of this question called learning environment. And for example, we have a classroom in offline teaching. We can call a classroom as an isolated space where everything around and everyone around is dedicated to learning process and is designed to facilitate it, right? Let's think what we've got actually in our classroom. In our classroom, let the classroom appear here, right? Okay, some window, door. Okay, what we've got in the classroom. Of course, we've got a teacher, right? Who is delivering something. We've got here a board where something is written, or a screen or interactive panel with a presentation that a teacher is interacting with. What else do we have in the classroom? Colleagues, help me, please. You can unmute your microphones and suggest.
Desk.
We have desk. Desk of whom? Teacher or?
No, or both. Teacher
Both.
and student.
Yeah, we have desks, right? Here we have desk. Okay. What else do we have in the class?
Computer.
Students.
Some problems.
Is it only my problem, or so I can't hear anything?
Oh, he's unmute.
Unmute.
Thank you. Colleagues, I'm back again. There was a loss in the connection. You hear me well now?
Yes, now.
Yes, now yes.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. It's always like this. I start delivering a speech in the conference and something happens and I'm being kicked out of the conference and I have to join again. Okay, so what else do we have in the physical classroom?
Students.
Students, of course.
No, sometimes
course.
computers.
Sometimes computers. Okay. Okay. Computers, right? What else do we have?
Hmm.
tricky question, right? We also have here.
Maybe communication.
Sorry?
Maybe communication. Communication.
Communication.
Общение.
Yes,
Communication.
of course. We have communication here going around between teacher and students and between students, right? So we've got here space where the communication is going around. And also we've got space where teacher walks around students around their desks if a teacher gives some kind of task to students, right? To check how students are performing with this task, to answer their questions and so on. Another question, what is not there in the classroom? Of course, lots of what? There is no other people, no friends of these students, right?
Our families.
No families, right? No other books, no TVs, no fridge with the food, and a lot of other things that are not here in the classroom, right? So now remember your latest online class that you have delivered. What was there during this class and how it was conducted? Surely you had a teacher sitting in front of the computer, right?
Yes.
And students sitting in front of their own computers.
In class, we have eye contact with students, and with computer, it's hard.
Yes, exactly. What kind of tools are normally used during this class? Everyone knows Zoom, right?
Yes. So.
And we are using Zoom. Did you use anything else when teaching online?
No, I'm not.
We use Moodle forums sometimes.
Moodle, okay.
Moodle forums.
Okay, sorry, colleagues, I have an incoming call the third time. Just very quickly, we'll answer it. Okay, Moodle, what else did you use?
The same Zoom, we use breakout rooms.
Zoom with breakout rooms, okay. Another question, what else is there that is not dedicated to learning environment? what is also around teacher, around student when teaching is in progress?
Everything that you mentioned, we don't have in the classroom. It's family members, it's people around, it's fridge and so on.
Yes, fridge here and so on, other people, right?
Noisy
got-
neighbors.
Yes, noisy
Yeah.
neighbors. Okay. Besides Zoom, there is also maybe Facebook,
Yes.
right? Maybe
The
some
internet.
some Telegram, some other
Mhm.
websites, and so on and so forth. So you see, when we compare classroom and digital, we see this big difference. And this is very important to think about the digital learning environment when we are doing online class. We can have a synonym digital, synonym distributed. See, if we're talking about the classroom, everything is concentrated in one place. When we're talking about the digital environment, everything is not concentrated in one place, it's distributed among different apps, among different places, and so on. So again, it's important to talk about to focus on the projecting or making decent learning, digital learning environment to engage students. And today we're gonna talk about how to do it, and not only talk, even more, I would say, to play with it. So today's topic, digital learning environment of self-paced learning based on Agile methods and usage of ICT technologies. 3 questions that we have to answer today. Question number 1, how and where to store educational materials? Some of you told that you used Moodle to store. That's good. Yeah, it's good, but there are other options. Second question is how to track students' progress. It could be Moodle, it could be a teacher himself, but we'll see today. Third question is how to check the results of students' work, how to check the results of their tasks completed, and how to review these tasks to see right, to see if the student is right or wrong. Let's go deeper in each of the branches. First of all, how and where to store educational materials. The practice, let's do it like this, yeah, focus on this. The practice of the last semester, of my last semester, with the students was, yeah, I practiced more self-paced education. It means students studied mostly on their own, yeah, based on material I delivered them. What are the best practices, or what is my experience in this? So the first question, right? How and where to store educational materials? First of all, we should look into these. When we store the material, we should make the material automized automized, or a better word, atomic as possible. And here, a very good invest principle comes from the software development, where they develop software in small pieces, and they follow this invest principle. Invest, which is the abbreviation of the 6 words here, independent, negotiable, valuable, estimable, small, and testable. You could read it in more details on this Miro board. I'll give you a link later on after the masterclass. You could go through it again. But what I would like to draw your attention to here is to this small characteristic. So when we prepare the educational materials, when I prepared the educational materials, I tried to do small pieces for the student. Small pieces of bite size, so that it's easy for them to digest, to go through, and to make a task, a related task. How to store and where to store them in the most convenient way. To me, Padlet tool is the ideal for this. Please put classes into the chat who used Padlet in your practice. I see Olga. Maya also used, Artem didn't use. I really very much like this tool because it looks like Facebook stream, and you can just scroll through the materials. Each post is like a piece of material. Sorry, it's in Russian here because my course, this is from the real course that I did in spring semester last year. The course was called Business Analysis and the Software Requirements Development for the Information Security Systems. So I put each piece of material as a separate post here in the Padlet. By the way, alongside with this, I will copy you the link to another Padlet I've created. I've created the one copy of this Padlet. I'm putting it to the chat. You can open while I'm explaining. You can either listen to me, or you can follow this link and log in with this login and password, and you can play with Padlet on your own right now. In the meantime, I will continue with my explanation here. And here the pieces are a very small size. For example, this is the video I filmed some time ago, and this 3 or 4 minutes. So people watch it, like they start watching it. Okay, they watched it, then they can read an article, and so on. Yeah, by the way, in the end of today's masterclass, like 15 minutes we'll devote to your questions. So whatever you can ask, just prepare for the ending. So you've got these small pieces of the information the students go through. right? You see their tasks to do, but we'll touch tasks a little bit later. So it's very convenient. It's very convenient to store these atomic pieces of material of your course. Of your course. I had 7 weeks in this class, and for each week I had a separate Padlet, separate board, right? Another question: how to organize all these materials together. I use Miro for this. Miro tool, the same tool, exactly this tool where I'm doing this presentation. And I structurized all the course materials in one place in Miro board. These are, for example, you can go here. These are the topics of my course, these ones, and link to every Padlet I've got. For example, this is topic 1.1. This is linked to topic 1.2, and so on. Later on, I will give you the link to the Miro board, and you will be able also to play with it a little bit. By the way, you see I've got here the interconnections between different topics in this course. And to me, these interconnections or interlinks between different topics, this is very important, because students, they learn not only by digesting the material of every topic, but students and people in general, they learn better when they try to connect the material, the ideas, the facts from different topics or within one topic. And when they are able to do it, their brain is trained super. And it's the best way of education. So I strongly recommend you, when you collect all your materials together, to make a kind of board where you, like here, for example, I teach another course, and I put all topics of this course and made connections between them. So I strongly recommend to have such board and to connect the topics. Question from Olga: what template do you use to structure the course on Miro, or do you draw everything yourself? It looks cool. Thanks, Olga, very much. No template. I drew it on my own, just the way I see the connection between the course topics. You can also share this board with the students so that they have a complete picture of the course, and it might somehow help them to establish these connections between the different materials. But again, yeah, we have this atomization. Every topic has its own Padlet where they learn and teach. Okay. And students can follow it, right? So first step, you can prepare material in this way. Then let's deal with the second question: how to track students' progress. We have to introduce so-called statuses for tasks and notifications for teacher, students, and so on. So we have to establish some kind of a process, education process. Again, I would like to stress your attention that it's very important to think over everything in online when you do online classes. Because as we've talked before today, when it's physical classroom, everything is around there and nothing distracts. When it's in digital, it's distributed and there are a lot of other things. And if you don't have a strict process of learning, it won't work, or it will work not very good. So how to do it? Yeah, let's go to example straight away. Oh, sorry, right away. I will copy these two links right now to the chat, so you can also play. So you can open the first link to see how the Trello board looks like. Yeah, I used Trello to track students' progress, how they are moving through the topics. I will later on explain you how I did it. You can use the second link to actually join this board and to play with the cards on your own. Right now. So I use Trello. Trello also is a very easy to use tool you can do. So I did see the principle is very simple. You've got several columns of so-called statuses or states of a task. For example, here is to study, here is to fix, here is to check, it's for me, here is accepted and rejected. I have created, now see how it connects with the Padlet boards. Again, in my course, I had 7 weeks, 7 topics. I have created here 7 cards, each card for each topic. And this card is a template card. So you see a template card, I've put the link to the Padlet here, the period during which students are required to study this material, it was from 8 to 14 April, and the subtopics or tasks they have to complete. What they do, they hit this button, create card from template. They create this card. See, it appeared here. They could assign their own on this card. And this means that they have prepared to start learning this very topic. And see, there is a deadline again. So they open this card. Yeah, they also have access, of course, to Trello. And they have to join this board. They open this card. They open Padlet. They study materials. It can be a link to Moodle also page, whatever. And when they finish with studying this topic, or finish with tasks, they move this card to the column to check. And this is for me. This column is for me. I can add notification for me. You see here, watch. I click watch. And when a card is moved in this column, I receive a notification either on email or notification on mobile phone that another card has been moved to this column, and I can open and check their results of their tasks. If I'm satisfied, I myself move to accepted. if I'm not satisfied with the results or students need to fix something, I moved to fix. After a student fixed what I asked him to fix, student moves again this card to check. And it can go either here or either here. Suppose, and question, what is the rejected column for? The rejected column is for those lazy students who exceeded this deadline. I say, for example, let's see here, topic. I see the first cards were simple, and then the last cards were full of peculiarities. So I make a note to students that I accept and check tasks until 21 o'clock of Wednesday 2nd, for example, for this topic. And a note, if the task will be sent for review after this time, it will be rejected. So if they exceed this limit, if they do not fall into this deadline, so after the mentioned time, I put this card into the rejected. And of course, then I have a criteria that in order to be accepted to pass exam, they have to complete at least 60% of the class tasks, And according to students' feedback, they were very satisfied with the Trello. They're very satisfied because they could see at a glance what they have to do, on what state is anything. And for me as a teacher, this is also very, very important, very, very, very useful to see how they are making progress. Again, I practiced a kind of self-paced learning during one of the courses, and we had only consultations where we online, where we had calls that they could ask me questions. Yeah, Olga, the project management in education, absolutely. I myself is from IT sphere, from the project implementation, so why not copy these experience, very successful experience, to the education field? See how to interact with a student. This tool, the Trello tool, gives you a great opportunity to interact with a student. Because, for example, see here, activity details. I guess I've removed guys from the board, and the conversation disappeared. In any case, it's a great way to interact with a student, because you can write a comment. For example, here was Elizaveta's task, and I can write, after checking, I can write, Lisa, please fix task, for example, 2.1.2, incorrect wording, for example. And I can mention Lisa in this comment, hit save, and Lisa, for example, will receive notification that I wrote to her with this. So yeah, this is how it works. By the way, please put pluses in the chat who used Trello, or minuses who didn't ever use Trello in their practice. Okay. So I see it's kind of new for you. I strongly recommend I will share again this printable board to you, so that you can also follow the links and play, or you can to play with the template I have prepared for you, or you can register on your own and to play. Trello is free for use with a basic functionality, so no need to pay. Miro is also free to use with unlimited boards for educators and students of educational establishments. You just register from your institutional email address and ask for free educational license. It's super, because in the limited license you can create up to only 3 boards. Up to 3 boards. And here with the Trello, the one important thing is you have to introduce students into this practice and watch how they are interacting, because they will mess a little bit in the beginning, but later they will get used to it, and everything will be fine. Also, everyone on the board can do anything here. So you as a teacher also have to watch what they are doing, because one of my students, they put tasks from the checking column to the accepted column on their own, which is not acceptable, which is against the rules. I have set them in the very beginning. And I had to, how to say it in English, but so you understand, I had to
Punish.
punish them, yes. Not punish, but have to, yeah, draw their attention, had to, yeah, had to draw their attention to that they must not do it, otherwise it's bad. And then and if they repeat to do it, they will be punished. These are students, nothing else works with them. But actually, I again might say I received very positive feedback from for using Trello, but not only Trello, but all these tools in the learning environment. Learning environment. So this is how it works. I see Olga joined the Trello board. Nice. You can, Olga, play with this board. And by the way, great flexibility appears here. For example, you want to introduce the peer review of tasks. You can easily do it here. You will create a new column called peer review at list, for example, right? Peer review. And when one student finished his task and is required that another student reviews his task, he puts this task to this column and, for example, selects a member for peer review, for example, Olga, right? Olga receives a notification that a task has been assigned on her, that this topic has been assigned on her, to her, and she goes, when she has time, she goes and reviews. It helps to keep everyone in the learning class, virtual learning class students, to keep informed about what is where. This is very, very important. Again, I will draw attention back here. In the classroom, everyone understands what is going around. With tasks, with students, with teacher, and so on and so forth. In digital environment, unfortunately, you have to replicate every piece of that here so that it works nice. Same as here. Yeah, Olga replied to be replied. I learned Trello at the same time. Good. And finally, the third question here is how to check the results of student work. Now we will combine 3 different pieces that I've described before together. So see, we had Padlet. In Padlet, there is a link to a task. How I did? I prepared templates for the task. Sorry. Yeah, I prepared templates for the task. See? So after starting these pieces of material, students have to fill out this template. Yeah, according to their task, they have to fill out. And they give me the link to their own Miro board, like here. Yeah, there was a link to the Miro board a student have put here, and I go there and check. For example, the filled out. This was from the real course. Filled out looks like this, and I, as a teacher, is able to correct something here, draw their attention, right? And even to interact. Miro has very good tool built in to interaction, which is comments. And you can put a comment for a student. For example, this is incorrect. This is, for example, user requirement. You put a comment here and you can put as many comments as you want, right? Students can answer your comments here. You can follow these comments also, so you'll receive notifications when the students answer you. Yeah. In this way, you check how they understand what you do and how they understand what they learned. And in any case, regardless of what your course is, you have to have these templates or task formulations or some kind of, I said, you have to set frames for the tasks to people. So you can see an example and play also with the Miro to see how it is. I really like it very much and like it for communication here also between student and teacher. So these three components will help you to organize teaching in this self-paced, agile manner. Again, I received very good feedback from students. They really liked it very much. And we had only classes. Like Q&A sessions where they could ask me questions. I could answer. I could comment on their tasks. I could show the best task, the worst task, the task that had the most mistakes. We could correct them together, and they learn somehow from each other. Yeah. So again, I've put the materials in Padlet, atomic materials. I've made Trello board to track the progress, and I had templates in Miro that the students fill out and I review and check to check how they are moving through the course, to how they are digesting the material of the course. And believe me, it's easily seen if you devote enough time to creating these templates or these task formulations. By what they write here, you will easily understand whether they understand your material or not, and it's enough. And to me, the course went really smooth, and I liked it very, very much. There was something new for students. They also said that, but I received a very good feedback on that. Please put pluses or minuses into the chat who used Miro in their in your practice, or minuses who didn't use Miro in your practice. And thanks, yeah. You have definitely tried, and you can try it right now, because I've put links. So I'm finished my part, and I am all yours for questions. In the meantime, I will put a link to the Miro board with this my Printl presentation, so you can again review the material, follow, you can comment there. Also, question from Maya: what makes Miro, Padlet, and Trello more convenient, teacher or students friendly if compared with Moodle e-learning? Well, to me, it's much more flexibility that Moodle gives, and more user-friendly interface, I would say. I would add that in this very course, I also used Miro. Oh, sorry, I also used Moodle. There was a page, a course page in our Moodle portal. And on the course page, there was also official information of the course. There were links to the Padlet materials. There was link to Trello. So I used Moodle to collect the links to these different tools in one place. So that and I used Moodle that for students, and I said, if you forgot where to go, because there's many different tools, you can go to Moodle, open, and find a link to any of these instruments, any of these places. So I would say that this is not the replacement for Moodle, rather it's a very, very nice addition to Moodle. Moodle is great for storing files, for when students upload files for tasks. Moodle is very convenient. But yeah, Moodle is very convenient. But again, this is an addition, more of an addition to Moodle. Yeah.
Yes,
yes,
sometimes students don't like when they have to go to different sites, different links, and that's why. For me, Moodle, and by the way, in our new interface of Moodle, which is now called e-learning, well, it has become really very much better than it was before. And not only for storing, but for giving feedback, for, well, what you said about commenting and assessing students' work, which is very good there as well. So, I mean, well, maybe it is the matter of which you are more used to. And as for the Moodle, we have been using it and e-learning now for many, well, for quite a few years now. But what I discovered regarding Padlet, and I will definitely try Trello and Miro in my own work, because I actually teach academic writing, and this is a little bit specific subject to teach. And like Padlet for me was a discovery, because I managed to put students together and to work on writing in the real Zoom time, when they could comment on each other's well, texts and could come up with their suggestions. So it was great, and I found it really very useful. So that's just a matter of experience, perhaps, and I will definitely try. Thank you very much. Very interesting masterclass and very interesting information. Thank you.
Thanks, Maya. Thanks very much. Also, this is just one piece of the technologies that can be used during online teaching. That all form so learning environment, and of course, if you use anything else, of course, it's not the only things you use. Yeah, right. It's just one of the examples. One of the examples. Yeah. A good question was the students didn't like to use different tools, but they are in Facebook, they are in Contact, for example, they open news, they sit in chat, Telegram, Viber, Tinder, and so on and so forth. They use plenty of tools, right?
Yes. Yes, but you know, this is their choice. Yes. And that's why they don't just worry about that. So this is their choice. They go here, there, but whenever it is like offered from the teacher side, then it becomes like an obligation, and that makes them a little bit irritated. So that's but not for everybody, but quite often.
And here, this is very important. My idea was that they actually use many tools. Yeah, and continuing your idea, this is very important that these tools are convenient for students to use, and then they will use it, because once they got used to, my students got used to Miro, got used to Padlet, and got used to Trello, it was very convenient for them. They used all three, and again, there was a very good feedback. So it's a matter of convenience, and that's why I tried something else rather than Moodle, because the Moodle, the previous version, was not very convenient, and every student was like, "What, Moodle?" So, yeah, it's a matter of easy to usage of these tools. Any other questions, colleagues? Questions, comments? We still have 3 minutes.
Thank you for interesting presentation. It was very interesting, clear, and useful.
Okay, thanks, Tamar. Olga, do you want to say something?
Yes, Dmitry, do you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you. Great masterclass. Thank you so much. My question is not connected with that, but is about your course business analysis. Have you a possibility to invite professors, your colleagues, to this course, not to study Trello or Miro, but for the main course? I mean,
for the study, of course.
Yeah,
of course,
yeah. Maybe like I don't know, like a student. I mean.
Yeah, let's keep in touch. Let's keep in touch after the masterclass, and I will give you details.
Yeah, that's super great. Thank you so much. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, colleagues. Thank you very much. You've got my email also for you can write there or you can ask me questions also there. Again, I have this link you put into the chat. Please save it if you want to play with these tools to review the structured materials later on. It will be available for around a week. And right now I have to say thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it and like it. Use it in your practice and make your classes mostly loved by students.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Thanks. Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Thanks and bye-bye.